Merry Christmas, Rich! Well, it's become tradition on our Christmas episodes of Best of the Worst that we have some sort of gimmick, and this year is no exception.
Okay, Jay, so now that my crisis is over, what's going on?
Well, it's become tradition that we have two types of movies under the tree. We have terrible Christmas tapes, and then something else. And then you just open a package and see what you get. We've done Christmas or canon movies. We did, last year was the famous Christmas or Crocodile.
A rousing success.
So this year, Rich, we're celebrating Merry Kickmas, where it's either Christmas movies or movies that have someone kicking on the cover.
Okay.
I was looking through our extensive library of tapes, and we have many, many movies where people are doing high kicks on the cover. So that's what we got.
This is interesting. Christmas or canon, fairly obvious what you get with canon, but like just someone kicking on the cover, this could be anything from a kung fu movie to a video starring the Rockettes. So I have absolutely no idea what we're going to get.
All right.
Should I start? Should I just
go ahead and open a present and see what we get?
All right. I am going with this because, you know, this is just an odd shaped box for a video, and I want to see what's in here. Okay. Hey, all right. I can deal with some Karate Cop.
Karate Cop, look at that kick.
Martial law at its most lethal. Ron Marchini and David Carradine.
Oh, no.
I don't know if you know this, but he starred in Kung Fu, the series.
Oh.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, I know. I can't think of anything more embarrassing than that.
Yeah.
In the future, there is no law or order. Only John Travis.
Name's Travis. John Travis.
Across a desolate land littered with ghost towns and haunted by desperate criminals. Oh, so this is a Karate Cop movie that is also post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic kicking film.
I now love this movie.
Don't say that yet. You've just doomed us.
Travis and Rachel, a beautiful scientist he saves from marauding scavengers, search for a hidden crystal, a stone which will enable them to activate a dormant transporting device. Is they just trying to get off the fucking planet? Is that... In their frantic quest, they must defeat a gladiator killing machine in the martial arts blood match. A fight to the death. I love it!
Well, this is either going to be an amazing piece of schlock or 90 minutes of people wandering around a desert and then 5 minutes of punching and kicking.
Jay, this is Christmas. I have to have hope.
Okay. Oh, look, we got a mutant!
Snake owns his pie.
Oh my god. It's Slade Craven.
I told you we'd get you.
Oh, maybe don't do close-ups of the makeup. Oh my god.
He only comes out at night. That's his character.
Oh yeah, use your guns. Oh.
What?
All the bullets hit the metal tailpipe.
Wouldn't that put holes in the metal tailpipe?
No, it's super
ricochets.
It's a super metal. That's how it lasted in the post-apocalypse.
All their bullets came together and hit each other. In one spot. He's really lucky.
Whoa!
Rachel, it's Lincoln and his goons.
Who's Lincoln?
He's got Tess.
What? What? It just happened right now.
They're all so bad.
Boy, oh boy, that movie sure was a hoot. It's a shame about all those autoerotic asphyxiation jokes, though. I really think we did them in excess.
If you got that joke, please comment on this video.
I didn't realize there was a joke. Listen, it's time to open the next Christmas gift and discover which film on this episode of Christmas or Kickmas it is. Well, this one's calling to me. It's right in the middle. I'm gonna get this one. And it says Christmas on it. So I know it will not be a Kickmas film. Oh no, oh no. It's the Christmas light. Oh boy.
Oh no.
It says if you liked Toy Story, you'll love the Christmas light.
Well, it's gotta be short, right? This has gotta be a 20-minute long piece of shit.
It claims to be the first computer animated Christmas story.
Yes.
1995. We're at 22 minutes, Rich. There is more text than the Declaration of Independence on the back.
Oh, you read it. That was fun.
There is an actual quote, which I thought was going to be a quote about the movie, and it says, "Toy Story is in no way associated with the Christmas light."
Wait, the brush only had one color on it.
Christmas magic.
With that, the snowman unleashes his most powerful weapon.
A hand.
This is a level out of Star
look.
Fox.
Yeah, he's
Whoa!
like,
I was thinking the same thing.
This is
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Whoa!
oh my God, it's like I'm really there. 22 minutes later of Christmas magic, here we are.
And Mike, I must say, Merry Kickmas and a Happy Knife Year.
What?
Happy New Year.
Oh, for a second, it sounded like you said,
Let's open this last present.
sure.
How about this one?
Yeah. Go ahead and open that one,
Sure.
Jack. What? Oh! Oh, sorry. Just a couple of images flashed through my mind for a second. Is it hot in here? I'm sweating.
It's fine.
Do people usually use knives to open Christmas gifts? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Okay, officer. I mean, Jack. Moonstruck. I can't see.
Oh my. Merry Kickmas indeed. It's a night of the Kick Fighters.
It looks like that actor's face has been photoshopped onto a man with a better build. Is that me or?
Kick fighting like you've never seen it before. Night of the this is, oh my God, this looks amazing. Let's see here. A lightning fast kick could save the world from high-tech slavery. When a top-level team of sophisticated intelligence operatives fronted by kickboxing master Brett Crady takes on a group of ruthless terrorists. Their mission? Gain control of the HC-2000, a unique and powerful secret weapon capable of total global destruction.
You know, I think they could take any name and after it give it the credit of world-famous kickboxing champion, and no one on Earth, except for Len Kabaczynski, would know. They made that up.
Yeah, like my buddy Andy Tooney,
sure.
a world kickboxing champion.
Oh, sure.
97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows?
Yeah, my aunt Gertie Mill.
Gertie Mill?
Gertie Mill.
Okay, Gertie Mill is a female kickboxing champion.
She's just a state level kickboxing champion in North Dakota.
Okay.
So not a lot of competition.
Yeah.
Oh, just hard-hitting action explodes in Night of the Kick Fighters.
Does it also say this film is not affiliated with Toy Story in any way?
This film is not affiliated with Toy Story in any way. It's amazing.
Gentlemen, may I present Mariko from Tokyo, Japan, one of the world's leading laser experts.
All right.
Hi, I'm a laserologist.
I like that they're shooting in a sound room.
Yeah.
There's where the recording booth is.
Yeah. It looks sciencey. I'm okay with it.
Whoa! Like if it were some kind of sonic weapon, it might make sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone's gonna get kicked!
Oh,
she's a kick fighter!
That was a knee. That was a knee.
That doesn't count as a kick.
Oh no.
Privacy, huh?
Kick! Kick! 1,
Get him! Get him!
get him! 2, 3.
Oh my god.
Your daughter is dust. Understand.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh, this guy's good.
That man teleported firecrackers onto that computer.
He emailed him fireworks. You sounded like suburban Sasquatch. Well, anyway, happy holidays, everybody.
Merry Kickmas.
Merry Kickmas. I guess this is my fault.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to take responsibility by not talking about any of these movies. Was this the worst Christmas
Yes.
ever?
Yes.
You didn't even have to think about it. Karate Cop. Jack.
Yeah.
Explain Karate Cop starring Ron Macaroni.
Karate Cop seems like it would be the greatest premise for a schlock action movie ever. In the future, there's one cop left, and that cop has to fight a gang of mutants.
A gang of Mad Max rejects.
Yep, in order to save a hot babe and her teleporter.
I thought you were going to say something else.
How much further?
It's only a couple blocks.
Only a couple blocks.
He had to use the teleporter to go somewhere else to get her a properly fitting shirt, so when she was running, she wasn't awkwardly falling out of it.
There's no bras in the future, just flapping.
It's this woman, she lives with 30 young men, young boys.
Were they all boys? The young ones?
There were some girls.
There was like one girl, and she got her neck snapped. And I'm sure no bra girl was just like, oh, thank God.
Well, it's a lot
And
of
all
kids
these-
to feed.
You found the in-universe explanation.
Yeah.
Can I help you guys?
What's his name?
Ron Mancini.
Ron Mancini. It looked like
Is that his name?
Maricini? Mancini?
Ron Marcini.
Marcini.
Yeah.
Look, however you say it, he sounds like a pasta.
I assume
Oh, the Ron
It's a
Marcini.
Marcini.
Who's your friends?
These are the freebies.
They called them freebies.
Freebies.
I assumed all the freebies were her children, but I could be
They're
assuming
just young boys that she's rounded up over time.
Come on, Cal, what's bothering you?
Okay, so anyway, why all these young boys would hang out with this girl is unknown to all of us. But,
well, we have to say this first. Ron Marcini, he wrote the film and he stars in the film. It's the kind of premise that should be a fun post-apocalyptic action movie, but it's executed by somebody's dad.
Simple, she said.
I think that's just your fault.
You threw it wrong.
You threw it poorly.
He might be good at martial arts.
He's not. Well,
it's not displayed in this film.
The movie's called Karate Cop and there's no karate.
Like, why would you even call it Karate Cop? It takes place in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. You call it Wasteland Cop.
This sounds better.
Karate Cop has a nice ring to it. It's so much so that there's another movie called Karate Cop.
That is true. It does feel a little bit like those YouTube videos that are made up from algorithms, where they're just called like Frozen, Elsa, Pregnant Spider-Man, Hulk.
Oh yeah, the ones that YouTube's trying to crack down on.
Exactly. So like this feels like it was created just from an algorithm of awesome stuff, and it's like cops are cool, karate's awesome, Karate Cop.
Yeah, post-apocalypse, Indiana Jones,
breast.
Just one?
Huge bouncing breast.
Why are you saying it's singular?
Breasts. I'm saying it plural.
You said breasts.
Did everybody hear breasts?
It sounds like that. I am trying. At the very least, I am trying.
Were you trying to say
Yes.
breasts?
Yes.
It legitimately sounded like you were just saying breasts.
To be fair to Rich,
Whatever.
in that one shot, it did look like only one was bouncing.
Well, it looked like one was trying to escape early on, so there's that.
The premise of the film, real quick. Let's just nail this down because we got to move on from Karate Cop. It's like power level on a Nintendo game. It's like fading from my memory. I gotta hurry. There's gonna be nothing left.
Because the power level?
The memory level, my memory cube. If this was like an old Nintendo game.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Karate Cop, they established that there are magic crystals that power old teleported machines that the U.S. government used.
What's up here?
It's a teleporter. It will instantly send you any place on the globe where there's another unit to receive you.
Does this really work?
We sent a rat through.
And the lady has a working machine but no crystal. And the crystal is held in a vice.
A literal hardware store vice. It's the cheapest, stupidest prop.
So Karate Cop steals a crystal from a cult that worships time travel.
They worship the other teleporting machine.
They worship teleporting machines.
Yeah. And this is when we get our Indiana Jones sequence.
It's open!
You can just reach in and take it!
We can clearly see that it's open! Oh, okay.
No, he's
doing the Indiana Jones
He's doing
thing.
the Indiana Jones thing for, like, no reason.
Yeah, it's not a weight issue.
That must be...
Has that been established?
No.
It has to have weight? No, it hasn't.
The theme of this movie is just like, but worse.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have that. There's the arena fights we get from the bad guys. It's just like Escape from New York, but worse.
Is that a new one, or is he back?
This is so pathetic.
I think on the script pages, this was
I
supposed
can
to be-
visualize what they're going for.
One confirmed kick.
Yeah.
He was like the emperor, and there was going to be thousands of people cheering as this gladiator.
Oh, we have 0 extras.
But nobody showed up.
The bad guy goes to the chain link fence that they can't get through, and he gives a speech asking them to give up.
Freebies, this is your Supreme Commander, Lincoln!
He uses the scouts to terrorize Trade Town.
We're not afraid.
Just like Mad Max, but worse.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
He has a sexy lady friend who dances with a snake, just like a James Bond villain, but significantly worse.
I was going to say, it's just like Night of the Kick Fighters, but worse.
The basic idea is this is obviously someone who loves action movies, loves B movies, and wanted to borrow imagery from those movies, but did not know how to properly utilize them.
And he's a terrible action star. He's somebody's dad that you put in a movie.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys just go home before somebody gets hurt?
No one's gonna get hurt.
You know, if you want to play, you're gonna have to pick.
He's the worst actor, Ron Marchini, which is exemplified the most in the one scene with David Carradine, who we all remember from dying while masturbating.
He did some other things in life, but mainly we remember him for choking himself to death while jerking off. That's what he'll be known for.
Yes.
He did some film work.
Forever and always.
Wait, David Carradine died via autoerotic asphyxiation? Yes. Oh, that's horribly embarrassing.
I know.
Like, if that happened, like, that'd be the only thing people would remember about your entire life.
You'll never live it down.
Well, he certainly won't live it down because he died via autoerotic asphyxiation.
It's on his fucking tombstone.
Like, he died jerking off.
It doesn't even have his name.
No.
His tombstone just says he died via autoerotic asphyxiation.
Just don't even remember.
And then some sort of, is there like an emoji for embarrassment? Is that on his tombstone?
It is.
5 feet from the compound that had a transporter machine in it is a redneck bar and grill.
Yeah. And even though he's just had a run-in with this cult, I'm just going to go right across the street and just casually walk into this restaurant.
Yeah.
Is this the post-apocalypse, or is this just Arkansas?
Why, just this morning, my son Tom caught himself a Jackie Rabbit. Hardly any boils on him at all, and he was still kicking when he caught him. So, the special of the day is there's Jackie Rabbit stew.
You haven't seen a motorcycle around here, have you?
Oh, his acting hurts me.
Yeah, something. I used to be a cop.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Every line.
Well, not that it's any of my business, but why would a cop?
You're right. It's none of your business.
It's even more like noticeable when he's acting opposite David Carradine.
Like
the other scene with that shitty actress, it's all the same.
Yeah.
I see this as a vanity project, mainly because what's his face was in it, David Carradine. Yeah. Ron Marchini has been in a lot of movies. I've heard his name many times before.
He's been in 12 movies.
Len has talked about him as
well, that's because that's Len.
But no, he likes the kung fu artists, the martial artists. Yeah. So Len has heard of him. Him and David Carradine were probably in some films together. He said, "David, you want to be on my film?" I don't think Ron Marchini cares about the plot. I think it's just almost like a demo reel.
But if it's a demo reel, or if it's an excuse to just get to action scenes, all the action scenes are terrible. And there's no karate. There's some awkward punching. There's 20 kicks, we counted. There's 20 kicks, we counted. This is a movie where the plot doesn't matter, the acting is terrible, and the action is awful.
So he failed at his own demo reel.
Yes.
Basically.
The important thing is the moving story about a cop who has to take a motorcycle to grab a crystal.
Oh,
But you put on a scientist coat to take you to the crystal lab?
It's a dirty lab coat.
Glasses too? She put on
It's a dirty lab coat.
He's a scientist now.
I'm doing science, I better put on my glasses!
And Ron Marchini sucks.
R.I.P. Ron.
Did he die?
I don't know.
You know what? I don't hope for the peace part. Just die.
Just rest.
Yeah, go to hell.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Go to hell. You made Karate Cop.
Did you know David Carradine died of autoerotic asphyxiation?
Like a belt.
Yeah. He strangled himself while masturbating.
Mm-hmm.
So did Ron Mariachi, only poorly.
Adios, you ugly son of a bitch.
So our next gift from Santa, the Christmas light, our only Christmas film for the evening. Mike, please explain the plot of the 20-minute film, The Christmas Light.
The Christmas Light is a bottom-of-the-barrel CGI, early CGI, animated scam tape.
Yes.
Produced around or slightly after the time of Toy Story.
But it's not affiliated with Toy Story in any way.
It says if you like Toy Story, you'll love this, or something like that on the cover, and then Toy Story is in no way associated with Christmas Light.
You might find that surprising, considering the quality of the animation.
It's exactly the same as Toy Story.
You might confuse who made Toy Story with who made this.
Well, the little lady has joined you just in time. Now I will destroy you all.
So it's like the quality level of animation you see in like lawyer ads, like local law firm ads today.
What's the carpet cleaner guy?
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Or the general car insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to car insurance, imitation is not a sincere form of flattery.
Oh, we have to talk about the stock animation. Because it starts, I guess it's supposed to be Santa's workshop?
Deep in the barren lands of the Arctic, there sits a compound.
Looks like a prison.
Of the world. Santa's elves work to fulfill the Christmas wishes of millions of children.
With the Washington Monument in the middle.
These are things that they already had, like pre-existing animations.
The searchlights?
Yeah, what?
The shocking thing, because this was kind of like, oh, this will be funny because it's bad animation. It turns out that it was funny because it was batshit crazy. The plot is insane.
Now we don't have to waste our time building toys from Isaac's foolish designs. I can make as many toys as you can imagine.
An elf gets mad when Santa rejects his exploding toy machine.
'Cause I'm the one! Not you, Isaac! Not you, Santa! But me! No!
Wait! Did he just die?
He's gone. Burton's gone.
Did he fall off and explode? What?
What?
And then he falls on the ground, explodes, and is reborn as an ice sculpture that dissolves and turns into an evil snowman.
Okay.
I am forevermore snowman. The day you had your way with me. There will be no Christmas this year, not for any child.
When he dies, he becomes an entity, really.
We're talking about a Christmas cartoon for children.
Yeah.
Yes,
He just
talk about
awkwardly
the
falls off
entity
the
he
railing
turns
and
into
dies.
after he dies.
Yes, he becomes an entity of crystals.
Of light, if you will.
Of light, yeah, some sort of material, and he chooses the form of a snowman, probably to mock Santa.
Choose the form.
Choose the form
of your destructor.
Choose the form of the destructor.
So then Santa goes to hunt him down in a rocket sleigh ship.
And he has a moral dilemma of whether or not to murder him.
It's bad. I'm not going to say it's clever. I think they're trying to do like a clever, fun movie, and they even
Do you think they're trying?
They even advertise songs, and the songs are god awful.
A Christmas light, when you feel afraid, it's in your heart, it will guide you. The Christmas light.
The one thing you can forgive is the level of animation, because it's shitty, but it's time era. You know, it's around when it was made, and
Mid-90s
so it's like
CG.
But it's just fucking awful.
It's poorly written. It's narrated by Dan Haggerty.
Dan
Haggerty! Yay!
Who may or may not have gotten drunker as he recorded his commentary.
We're talking about Dan Haggerty. I think this is pretty much a slam dunk sure thing.
He was drunk when he showed up.
Santa tells Jennifer the whole story. How Burton's accident turned him into the snowman.
No, he showed up and he had, he recorded his first few lines, and then he had a little eggnog, and then he had a little more eggnog, and then he continued.
With a little wee nip of something.
Well, I mean, and he recorded his lines in July. He just really likes eggnog.
Santa clicks his heels, and in a flash, they're in sled 2.
The snowman.
What's she gonna do?
They have to involve a kid. She's the purity of Christmas. She's the one. Remember, she tries to make a secret deal with the evil snowman in the vagina. Do you remember? Rich is the one that pointed out that it looks like a vagina. I'm just saying. She goes inside the vagina lips into the vaginal canal, meets up with evil snowman.
You silly little girl. I will destroy you.
And says, you gotta stop your madness.
And then we get the best song in the movie.
Then the best song in the movie.
Bullshit.
The Christmas light is inside you, in your heart.
Ain't no way. There ain't no way.
Children of all ages will marvel at dazzling computer animation, special effects, and 3 wonderful new Christmas songs. And we did not get 3 new songs. We got 2 new songs and a 3rd song that was parts of the 2 other songs. A medley is not a new song.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I call bullshit.
That medley, though, it does have a nice flow to it.
There ain't no way, no matter what you say.
The Christmas light is inside you.
Who's the company?
Well, while Jay looks that up, I'm just going to recap the end of the film in case people are wondering. Spoilers. And if any of you had your own fan theories about the snowman's origins, it's in the film. He explodes in a firework in his own factory and suddenly becomes an evil snowman. But she says, "I'm going to sing a Christmas song," and then he melts.
Yeah.
And then Santa comes in and goes, "Whoa, you killed him."
You did your best, and in the end, so did Burton, but it was not to be.
No, it can't be. I won't give up. I won't give up.
The evil of the snowman is gone, and I realize the true magic of Christmas. I'm sorry for making trains that explode.
That's true.
And for being such a dickhead. And the moral of the story is, it's a film about family. Really, in the end, it's a film about family.
It's a
But
lot.
it keeps subverting your expectations.
It does subvert your expectations.
Keeps you engaged that way. Like when Santa's sleigh had a little robot that tried to murder the snowman.
I didn't expect that. I expected it to just be a sleigh. You know, a normal sleigh with reindeer, but it was a rocket ship with a robot.
It was all new. And then when our female protagonist joins forces with our main villain to seemingly go somewhere new, but then our villain is just continues to be a bad guy. It gets a little muddled, but I think that the overall message of hope is there.
Well, the point is that's subverting your expectations in and of itself.
Subverting.
The point is that subverting your expectations in and of itself.
So when he does it, he gets to take it again, and when I do it, it's fuck you.
I corrected Jack too.
Yeah.
I just don't correct you, because then we use it in the video.
I was going to make a Star Wars joke, but it's over now.
Rich
We've
keeps
passed
cutting
it.
you off.
Yeah.
So I'm the bad guy.
You subverted expectations by cutting me off. And as we all know, subverting expectations in and of itself is an accomplishment, regardless of how satisfying it is narratively.
You know, I like plot twists that make the story less interesting. But the best part about, you know, the Christmas light is, you know, it's a story about a snowman. You see, I subverted your expectations by subverting the subversion.
That's immediately satisfying.
The thing that you thought was going to happen in the first place happens.
Nothing was accomplished, but I'm satisfied because you subverted my expectations.
Yay!
Star Wars in theaters now. Oh, the tape's trying to kill itself. Our final film tonight, Night of the Kick Fighters. Possibly one of the best titles. We had to Google it because I was like, is kick fighting a thing?
Oh, it was called Night of the Kick Fighters?
Night of the Kick Fighters.
I just thought it was called Kick Fighters.
No, it's called Night of the Kick Fighters. And there were multiple trailers before the movie that also had the word kick fighter in it.
Revenge of the Kick Fighter.
So we were like, is this a thing? And we Googled it, and it's not a thing.
It's just a severe limitation of creativity.
Yeah, I think it's just AIP. They decided that kick fighters was going to be what we're going to capitalize on this thing that we made up.
They cornered the market on kick fighting.
Yeah.
They'd heard kickboxing, the term, once, but they tried to remember what it was, and they just got it wrong. I saw that thing on the TV in Singapore, that kick fighting.
Yeah. So, Rich?
We need 6 films with that title in it.
So, Rich, what is Night of the Kick Fighters about?
Well, you know, contrary to what you'd think based on the title, it is not a movie about a large group of kick fighters who just invade a small town and just start kicking everybody. And the locals have to survive the night and avoid the deadly feat. That's kind of what I was hoping for in my heart of hearts.
I was hoping for more badly photoshopped faces onto muscular bodies. We don't get any of that.
The story of Night of the Kick Fighters is Adam West, God rest his soul.
R.I.P.
He makes super laser that doesn't shoot people.
By utilizing the new SDI laser technology, the striking power of this weapon will outblast anything we've ever built before.
Oh, I could listen to him all day.
I just picture him like reading the line.
Yeah.
And the bad guys want it, so they kidnap his daughter. So then Adam West hires an old, dopey-looking guy who's gonna get together a team of specialists with very well-defined skills, and then they just run around a warehouse in black for an hour, and then I don't know, a car drives off a cliff. You need it established before the fact. We need somebody who can get through this lock. I know a magician who's a world's best lockpick.
There's nothing specific that he does. At one point, he does like a poof, like a flame in front of a guy to distract him, and then he pulls out an inflatable dinosaur, which has nothing to do with magic.
Classic magician.
What was that?
That's all they had.
As you mentioned, our main action hero, every new scene that he shows up in, I thought he was just a random guy.
Every single time.
When you see her, give her this.
Are we on Kick Fighter again? Oh yeah, that's him. I keep forgetting that's supposed to be our action hero.
Kick
Or wait,
Fighter.
maybe that's not him.
Yeah, he got hired. That was him.
That was him.
Kick Fighter looks like little Vladimir Putin. He's the most unmemorable face.
Yeah. Worse so, it's a similar situation to Karate Cop, which is Dad wants to make a movie as a vanity project. We have Ron Marchini here. We have what's his name? Andy Bauman. Andy Bauman.
Your uncle.
No.
Uncle Andy.
We don't talk about Uncle Andy.
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about him anymore. He had such a successful business, and then he put all of his money into that Kick Fighter movie.
And now he lives in the backyard in a trailer.
So the movie opens with a super sexy spy scene.
Don't be surprised. I know you're CIA, mister.
Advice from a friend?
Are they filming this in a mall?
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. The Cinnabon closes in 20 minutes. where
the woman played by the killer from Killer Workout.
Look, is this what you wanted to see?
Are you sure that's her? Because
That's her.
I can't tell, because this woman clearly has several accents.
She's French, she's German, she's Israeli at the beginning.
These parties burn me. At least the Israelis fight back and make it exciting. You will see precisely why your father will do everything I tell him.
You just kind of pull the lever on the accent.
But it's not a thing where it's like, oh, she can do all these different personalities and accents. It's just inconsistent.
Yes, very inconsistent.
Wildly.
Wildly inconsistent.
Wildly inconsistent.
The Simpsons? What?
Wildly
the Simpsons.
Do you want to take that again?
No, don't worry. Jay will cut all this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Inconsistent.
The important part is that Lurch comes in.
Holy shit! It's Lurch!
Lurch / Star Trek character?
Mr. Hum.
Mr. Hum?
Luoxana Troy's manservant.
Oh, really?
Yes.
From the Star Trek.
Also known as the giant / fireman from Twin Peaks.
You know, that actor.
That guy.
He goes back. He goes way back. In fact, he played a Munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. He had to do really, really innovative special effects at the time.
Like forced perspective, like he was actually very
He wanted to be part of the Lollipop Guild.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild.
And so they're like, oh shit.
To stand way back there.
They invented like this crazy new like super lens to like fit him in the shot.
He was actually.
It's half the production budget.
He was a diversity hire for little people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why the beginning films weren't filmed in color. They had to save money.
Mr. Fleming, we have 58 midgets. We need one extremely tall man to balance everything out according to the law.
Or no, we can only find 50 midgets. We need 51. The only other actor we have is this 8-foot tall man.
Get the other lens! It's gonna take 2 hours to focus.
Sir, that lens has never been tested before.
I said strap it on!
It's got this big crank on it. We represent the Lollipop Guild. Fix the audio later. The Lollipop Guild.
Have him talk really slow and then we'll speed it up in post.
But he has to assemble this ragtag team to rescue a woman that's been kidnapped, Ocean's 11 style. And we
Ocean's -11.
We painstakingly go through one after the other. He has to.
This guy laughing at my bad jokes.
That's not bad.
Did I get his 11?
That's not bad.
It's bad.
But he has to have a magician, a giant black man, who, I don't know what his skill is supposed to be.
It's getting into bar fights.
Getting into bar fights.
He beats up the way more interesting karate guy.
Oh, that's, yeah, I thought that was the scene, was like, oh, this karate guy, he's gonna recruit him. Nope, never seen again. Yeah, they go to that strip club. Oh, we need to point this out. There's a fake sign in front of the strip club for the name of the strip club. And earlier in the film, there is a fake building.
Is that a miniature?
Oh, it's totally a miniature.
Oh my God.
Maybe it's supposed to be a miniature? Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, it's not supposed to be a miniature. They just didn't have a building with the name on it.
McMahon Enterprises.
And it's prior
Well, they had to put a sign on it, so the only way you can do that is with miniature.
Maybe it'll blow up. Thus started the great debate.
The great debate that we actually bet money on, which is...
Well, 2 options. 1, they're going to blow up the miniature. Or 2, they needed the sign to say the name of the company on it, but they either didn't think of putting like a sign in the ground.
Yeah.
Or like on, you know, some kind of concrete sign on the ground. Or they didn't know how to put a real sign up on a big building.
Why else would you waste all the, effort and manpower and money to build a miniature if you're not just going to blow it up? Otherwise, you just show any old fucking building.
Right, and our theory was, oh no, they're not going to blow it up. They just built a miniature because they didn't know what else to do. And then...
I underestimated the power of their incompetence.
Exactly. Well, that's because you see the strip club, and they built a sign for that.
Yes.
So that's in your favor, like, okay, they can build a sign.
They know about a sign.
They know how signs work.
Yeah. And then later it gets even muddier because there's a second miniature.
That blows up.
The bar in this, though, is one of my favorite B-movie sets of all time.
It's so sad.
It's amazing.
Wait, is this supposed to be a joke?
No.
No, that's... that is
This is they found a bar they could shoot in, and they're doing their best to make it look like a strip club.
That's the stage.
What the fuck is happening?
Quite clearly, what they are going for is the seedy strip club, where the bar fights break out, nobody bats an eye, but they're in like this really nice bar.
It's not a strip club, it's a bar.
It's got nice fixtures and glass panels, and it's well lit.
There's a woman dancing in front of a bed sheet that they hung from the ceiling.
on what is she standing on, like a cardboard box?
The stage is no bigger than this table.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
It's pathetic.
It didn't make me sad. It's just supremely pathetic.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
We have the hacker woman who doesn't do anything and then dies via the teleporter device.
What? No,
that's in Karate Cop, but it looks like the teleporter device in Night of the Kick Fighters. It's the same fucking thing. So she dies.
We didn't even know she was dead at first. Like, have her blow up or something.
Yeah. So she puts her in there, and it's like this green energy comes over, and she's like,
she's dead. She's dead.
And then they're like, oh, she died. And then they carry her out awkwardly, and then they're like, okay, you're next. Boring guy.
Accent lady, she's even wearing a Starfleet surgeon's outfit.
That's right. Rich recognized her blue costume as being very similar to the surgical outfit worn by Beverly Crusher and her medical friend in the episode when they repair Worf's spinal cord. But I think they were red.
Don't they also wear that in the Picard heart transplant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we're at the final action scene of the movie.
Yes.
When the movie finally gets interesting.
Is that a pin of a boglin?
It is.
Where the fuck did you get a pin of a boglin?
Did you just
I know
notice
that's
that?
off topic. I just noticed it.
Oh, did I scare you?
I had so many boglins, even the mini boglins, remember? Then the big ones were better because they had that little plastic thing, and you can move the eyes with the plastic thing.
Hey, the name's Boglins, each sold separately, and we're looking for good homes. Maybe yours?
Boglins are great.
Well, speaking of, we were talking about the miniature building. There's also a wonderful prop that it's in one shot of the movie, and we were so impressed that we made a point of writing it down to make sure we remembered to talk about it.
What's that?
It's a fan.
It's a picture.
That's a fan with some model parts glued to it. That's the radar dish.
Yes, that is. That is a fan.
Not even model parts, the things
tree,
that you pluck the models out of.
It's a fan.
But that was my favorite part of the prop of the little miniature that they built was they couldn't even take the miniature doodads off of it and glue them onto it. They just kept the tree on and everything.
The whole thing, just spray paint it gold or silver or whatever the fuck color it was.
It's weird though, because it was like an oscillating fan, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one that. So was this oscillating fan this big, or was it a really big model kit, or was it a composite image?
Well, you can get those oscillating fans that are like this big. It was
But no one has a model kit that's this big.
It wasn't that much bigger than the fan. It was like, I think it might have been glued somewhere up on the back.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what we're talking about. This is our conversation.
Welcome to the show, Mike. This is what we do every fucking episode.
Oh, jeez. Can't we just enjoy the magic of the film and the message, which is that it's a film about family?
But it also subverts your expectations because I did not expect a radar dish to look like an oscillating fan.
And that's the kind of thing that keeps you constantly engaged. Yeah. I did not expect a basement to be filled with water for no reason.
Somebody turned on the crank that opened just the thing that
flood of water to this hallway. Waterproof hallway.
And yet, like you
that
said,
had
Jack,
no payoff.
It was a watertight building. It was like the end of Titanic where the ship's sinking and the water's coming up. Except for that was a ship in the ocean. And this is just a building where the water has plenty of places to go.
Yeah.
Buildings usually don't fill up with water. It
Well,
rarely
doors have gaps under them.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's the outside and the whole like we're on planet Earth thing. Like buildings are not the same as ships on the sea.
This movie subverts your expectations of reality. Speaking of subverting expectations, we have to talk about the nunchucks.
He has nunchucks. We've never seen him use nunchucks before, but the idea it was
He's a kick fighter.
He's a kick fighter. It was supposed to be an Indiana Jones moment. But he's doing the fancy nunchuck stuff, but then the nunchucks are actually gunchucks. But it was nice.
We don't even have a
Gun Chunks, TM, Red Letter Media.
Gun chunks?
Gun chunks. Little pieces of guns.
Rich
tossed in a stew. Just gun
Fuck
chunks.
my life.
You know what? Rich needs a t-shirt that says, "That's staying in." And you can just wear it. Wear it all the time.
Okay, we're at the end of the movie. Nothing happens. We somehow managed to talk about this thing for 4 hours, despite the fact that nothing happens.
Oh, that was exquisite. That was exquisite.
That was beautiful.
He stumbled into a bunch of burning oil barrels. Then they cut to an unrelated explosion of oil barrels. That was great. That was great.
What? Oh,
What?
no!
Oh no! What is happening? Wait a minute! What the fuck just happened?
They
got scared by a.
No. They showed the ground for a second, and it was like a 5-foot drop off. And so they saw it coming, but it wasn't as big as that.
And then they fell into the
must have been
jungle.
driving straight towards that the whole time.
They didn't notice it until the last second.
But the ending is on par with Blood Debts, if you ask me. I mean, nothing. Okay, I take it back. Nothing will beat that reaction. I'm going to say it's a few levels below Blood Debts, but it is amazing because Israeli, French, German, Inuit woman, woman of 1,000 accents. Her escape is to get into a speedboat. Was that an explosion from Star Wars? Well, right to the wedding.
We're at the wedding now. Holy shit!
We don't have a minute to rest.
That was so awkward. Was that the climax of the action?
He hit the gas tank. They ran out of film. They used the Star Wars explosion.
Well, and then the wedding happens.
The daughter's wedding.
The daughter's wedding, and apparently she is a loser and has no friends because the only people that show up are the Night of the Kick Fighters people.
Well, except for Kick Fighter, who doesn't even bother.
Where's Brett? He said he'd be here.
I think he needed some time alone.
Except for Kick Fighter, who doesn't show up because he's mourning the death of the hacker woman.
Who he never said a word to in the whole film.
Never talked to. She's not a character. But everyone's at the wedding like, where's Kick Fighter? Where's Kick Fighter? And they're like, oh, he's mourning.
What the fuck? What was that? That's not the end, is it?
No building blow up? No building blow up!
No!
It might happen after the credits.
What kind of ending was that?
Jack,
best of the worst.
I don't think it would win any other night, but because of our standards tonight, I am going Night of the Kick Fighters.
Yeah, I would also go with Night of the Kick Fighters. Really boring middle chunk, but it starts entertaining and it ends entertaining.
Yep.
Christmas Light is a close second, though. It's kind of interesting. Hey, short but interesting versus long and boring.
Nobody's picking Karate Cop here tonight.
All right. Well, Mike.
I have to echo your sentiments, except for positive comments about the Christmas Light. Night of the Kick Fighters, for me, like you said, starts strong, ends strong.
Yes.
Any film that ends when you run out of footage by matting in an explosion from Star Wars over a speedboat because you just run out of film in time.
It subverts your expectations.
It really subverts your expectations.
Because as long as you subvert expectations, it doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
The important thing is subverting your expectations.
Right. Narratively, it might, make your entire movie fall on its face, but you subverted expectation.
Adam West had love for his daughter.
He never came back in the movie, did he?
No.
He was at the wedding.
No. At the end of the day, it's a film about family. And that's why it's my pick for best of the worst. Karate Cop can eat a bag of dicks.
Rich?
I was going to vote to destroy everything tonight. Up until literally the only 2 minutes of entertainment I got out of the entire night. So by a fucking hair, I'm giving it to Kick Fighter.
So out of 90 minutes, 20 minutes, all connected, you got 2 minutes of entertainment tonight? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Pretty fair.
Pretty fair.
It's kind of like the Last Jedi. out of 187 minutes.
You got about 2 minutes of entertainment. Yeah. There's 2 minutes of expectations that were subverted.
Yeah.
How did our Best of the Worst episode become a Better the Last Jedi review?
This is our follow-up.
Yeah.
You know why, Rich? Because we're subverting expectations.
Oh my God! It's so narratively satisfying.
They expected a review of terrible B movies.
And it became a review of The Last Jedi.
That's right.
I think we did a lot of things.
It's also like The Last Jedi because this episode should have ended 20 minutes ago.
All right, guys, it's time to kick Karate Cop into space. But remember, we've all got to kick it at the same time and just as high as he kicks on the cover. All right, we ready? 1, 2, 3.